Mr. Case.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As a now 4-year members of this subcommittee, I'm also very much going to miss our chair, and I'm going to especially miss his interaction with our ranking member. I've learned so much incredibly useless information about Ohio and Washington in 4 years that has been a real joy. But thank you so much for really modeling how a subcommittee should operate. And I wish you well, Chair. Every time I go through this appropriation cycle with this particular subcommittee, it's always impressive all over again to really understand what's going on under the surface of operating the legislative branch and of the tens of thousands of people who have such commitment, expertise, and value to this institution that care about us and keep us going every single day. And so I hope that through this budget, we are saying in part, thank you. I think we are, but I hope that you feel it wherever you are listening in on our deliberations on your budget. There are many good points in this particular bill. Many of my colleagues have already spoken to many of them. So I'm just going to take one that I think is particularly relevant, and that is the increase to the budget of the Congressional Budget Office, in which we met their request for a substantial increase. And I think we can all appreciate that in what I think are perilous times for our federal budget, federal deficits, when our debates are going to become more intense, when the sophistication of the issues that we're going to have to face in terms of the federal budget are becoming more intense themselves, that we need both quantity and quality of information. The last place any of us want to be is in a situation where we cannot access the independent, objective expertise on budget issues as we go down the road. We don't want this to be rationed just to a particular committee, rationed just to a particular caucus, but for all members to have access to CBO to make very difficult decisions with. And it's not just the number of folks that we include in the CBO, although they do need more people, but also their own particular um, um, efforts at modeling and analytical capacity. Like a lot of other things, are becoming a lot more complicated, and they need access to better approaches themselves. And these approaches cost money, and that is money well spent. And so I think that really, as we take a look at aspects of this bill that are going to be of particular value to us, though we know we may not think about it every single day, CBO definitely ranks up there. And so I support this bill very much, not just for that reason, but for all of the other reasons that have already been mentioned. I yield back.